Hi guys. So we got Paul, we got Kevin, we got Ted Walton. The comments are working tonight. Yay! Oh my gosh, thank you guys for tagging people. I appreciate that. Joe Gallipoli, there's Reef Stash. Hey buddy, glad to have you here. I can see y'all today. Oh, I didn't have to restart it. I'm so glad. There's David Watkins, Lorraine, David Dinkins, Lorraine Supak. Oh, thank you, sweetie. Robert Spock. There's my husband, little boy Sorg. There's Rashid. Hey, buddy. I'm so glad you made it, Reef Stash. That is awesome. I'm going to give everybody just a few minutes to get on here. There's Herbert. Everybody's commenting and it's scrolling back up. There's Herbert. Your time looks much nicer than mine. Well, thank you. Hello, Tracy Rogers. There's Shelly. Joe Gallipoli. Lisa. Shelly did make it. Yay. Floyd Maldonado. Oh my goodness. I am so glad to see you guys on here. Jason. Hey, bud. I'm glad you made it. Oh, I want to welcome all of our new members to Tank Talk. I look beautiful. Thank you. Thank you, Shelly. There's Tina. I'm so glad to have you here, sweetie. Gerson. That's where all the cool kids hang out. Awesome. Jamie Holly. There's so many. If you haven't looked, we have over 500. Last I looked, there was like 534 maybe. Brian Taylor, Johnny Shant. Hey, how are you? I am so glad to see Neil Devine. Hey, I'm so glad to see you guys here. We hit the 500 mark. How about that? Thank you everyone for inviting your friends to the group. Thank you Reef Stash for letting me post on Fish Tank Feature. And I'm just thrilled, absolutely thrilled. Thank you very much. 536, Kevin Wisen just looked. There's Roland. Hey, buddy. You're Thirsty Reef on Instagram. Well, welcome, everyone. Be sure and check out Thirsty Reef on Instagram. We had a big push for members. And that doesn't mean stop inviting because we've already hit 500. Now we're going for 1K. I don't know if we can do that. But I bet with your help that we can. Eric, it is a great little circle of people. I'm so thrilled. Now, we do have a special guest tonight. I'm sure you've seen me post it. Everybody share it. We do have a special guest tonight, Andrew Sandler. I'm going to PJ. I haven't seen you in a while, bud. I'm glad you're here. Hey, welcome Vincent and Elaine. That is awesome. Paul says we can totally do 1K. Well, I'm blown away at 500. I'm just like, oh my gosh, that's crazy. Let's see if I can find our special guest. Where is he at? Let me search right quick. Andrew, if you're on here. Let me see. If you're Andrew, there he is. And oh my God. Okay, Andrew, it says the person was unable to join because of technical issues. We're going to have to try that again. Maybe you can send a request and see if you can do it that way. Hey, Brooklyn. Hey, Robert King. There's my BF. I'm glad to see you here. You did make it. Let me see if I can let me try to add you again, Andrew. Person was unable to join because of technical issues. We can't have that. Roland, I'm so glad to see Brooklyn here. That's awesome. Right now we have 34 people watching. I'm super excited. I'm going to try to add Andrew again. Clicking add. Couldn't add guest. That person was unable to join because of technical issues. Hey, Tom Cole. He's at work. Awesome. Well, you may have to catch the replay then. Andrew, if you can, send a request to join the live and see if it'll do it that way. When I try to add you, it says it couldn't add due to technical difficulties. Hey, I'm good. How are you? And I'm so afraid I'm gonna say your name wrong. Is it 2J? I'm glad you're here. Yes, thank you, Jason. Andrew, you're gonna have to use your Samsung. That's what I am. I'm a Samsung girl. So, let me try that. All right, I got the request. Oh, it's adding. It says adding. That little clock ticking. Oh,
hello, guys.
Hi, there you are.
Hi.
How are you tonight?
I'm good. I had some problems with the iPad, but the iPhone worked.
Good deal. Good deal. I'm glad to see you. All right. First of all, what are you drinking? What are you drinking?
Fireball.
Hey, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Now, I've heard mention of you got some really good coffee, cold coffee over there. I'm going to have to get that recipe.
I do. It's called Wandering Bear. My family's actually on the board, and so we have an investment in the company. So I'm actually not allowed to hype it, but it's a great coffee.
Oh, it sounds good. That's awesome. Well, Andrew, I want to welcome you to Tank Talk with Diane. It is
a pleasure. It is so nice to be here.
It is my honor and privilege that you agreed to join me tonight. Absolutely, it is. I absolutely love it. Is your lights out behind you?
Yeah, I think it went to the moonlight. Once I realized this thing was 8 Eastern time and 7 whatever, I just turned the back to regular. I had the white set for a little later, but I figured you'd understand since you do it under blue all the time.
I usually do. I reset mine just a little bit earlier because I wanted the whites to go out at 8 on my time instead of 7. So I've left it on a little bit longer. So I'm going to run it like that, I think.
We've been turning our whites off and lowering our par. We keep lowering it. We've been running essentially now we're sort of in the top shelf worldwide coral blue spectrum, really blue. And when I do put the whites on, it's only for a few hours a day. So it's like, get the video now. And by 3, 4 o'clock, we lose the whites now. And it's just a bigger pain to video and
oh yeah,
real big pain.
Now we were talking about lights and turning on the blues and stuff. Did you just recently tweak your lights? What did you do to them?
We've been tweaking them for about a month, and really just lowering the whites and measuring pars every time we do a dive. We test different spots. We've had, I don't know, the typical coral bleaching, that you know, in just some hot spots.
Gotcha.
We had literally turned every light on individually, went over each one, where they overlap, went over the overlapped areas. The overlap areas obviously are the ones where, at the surface is where things get a little hot.
Ah, I gotcha. Absolutely. Now, and in case anyone has been living under a rock and they haven't heard, tell us the gallons and the dimensions of that big biocube behind you.
The gallons, 17,000 with the engine speed up here. So we can run it at 15,000, we can run it at 17,000. The dimensions, 16 by 9.
Oh,
2 of the 9 below floor. That's feet.
amazing. Amazing. Now, something that I personally wanted to know, and I don't know, I might have heard it before and I just, maybe I forgot, but I want to know what inspired you to do that, to build that tank?
Drugs?
How funny.
No, I mean, yeah, I think when I was younger, I needed, you know, the hedge fund business was stressful. I needed whatever. My first marriage ended abruptly. I had 2 800-gallon tanks in the house at the time. I had to leave, and I vowed to do it bigger and better the next time. And the opportunity presented itself the next time, and I just, you know, like I said, drugs. No, I'm only kidding. But the truth of the matter is, looking back at it now, I wouldn't be able to do it now because the patience required over a 6 or 7 year period, 8-year period. I don't think I have that patience anymore, but I did obviously when I did it.
Absolutely. And speaking for everyone, we're so glad that you did because, you know, in any of the groups and stuff, and people's talking about tanks, you know, they'll have a 125, they want to go bigger. They'll have a 300, they want to go bigger. You know, there gets to a point that, you know, we can't, you know, it runs out, you know, the dollar sign runs out or whatever. We are allowed to live through your tank. That is just a dream. And I appreciate you for all the lives that you do, the music videos that you do. You pick out the best music, by the way, because you allow us to enjoy that with you. And,
I
you know,
never planned on doing it, but it was COVID when everybody was home. I was trying to cheer people up, and it's just started one weekend, and it just continued. It was just, you know, it wasn't my intention, and this whole social media thing wasn't my intention, frankly. But it happened, and it's gonna, you know, we're gonna keep going.
right. Absolutely. Let's see. I had a comment. Oh, okay. I'll let you answer this one. Brooklyn, she's a young viewer. You know, that's Roland's daughter. She wants to know what Fireball is.
It's a cinnamon whiskey.
There you go.
I believe that's the right term.
I believe you're probably right. That sounds good.
I'm not even a big drinker.
Now, you know, I know that, you know, you said COVID kind of, it brought a lot of the videos and stuff out to cheer people up. There's nothing really any better that has come out of COVID than sparking you to do the videos, the lives, show us your tank, how it's progressing. You have no idea how much enjoyment you bring to everyone. A lot of us live for the Friday drop, and you began to spoil us because we get little snippets through the week. And I'm like, what day is it? Is it Friday already?
You know, now that we're getting bigger, we have to start talking about quality of videos, and should we post this one, and should we save it? Should we do it in an update? And so it starts to get a little complicated. The whole social media aspect of it might be more complicated than the tank itself.
I would imagine. I would imagine. Now, speaking of complicated on the tank, tell us a little bit about your team that you have there. Who all you got working?
The big tank here?
No, your team.
Oh, my
Yep.
team, my team,
Yeah.
my. Oh, okay. So, um, let's see who's on the team. Obviously, Yeltsin has been with me since 2000 as my driver, and we taught him how to reef in my prior house, prior tanks. And during COVID, I was going to hire a curator, but COVID sort of killed it. So he took over, and it just sort of he became the guy that ran the tank. Then we realized with coral, it clearly became too big a job for one person.
Right.
Plus, really wasn't one person because the owner of Country Critters that built my tank and the system, Jonathan Hale, he comes here twice a week anyway, full time, twice a week. So it was always 1.5. And then I added Alexandra and now Rashid. And basically, I have more coral specialists, more chief operating officer experience, more divers, more hands around. And so we now have essentially 3.5, almost 4 employees.
That's awesome. And I know I can only imagine that it takes that at the very bare minimum to take care of that huge amount of tank, because not only do we see the 17,000 gallon behind you, but there's like a whole nother level and room and stuff that has to be taken care of.
Yeah, there's what you see here is actually only half the water volume of the whole house.
Amazing.
So you could just, with that, there's a whole other half.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That is crazy. Now, one thing I wanted to touch base with you on is your office tank. Oh my gosh, that is awesome. I've seen the pictures. Tell us a little bit about it. 300 gallon?
The 300 is in the back in quarantine room. That is an insane tank that not a lot of people are going to see unless they go into the quarantine rooms.
Oh, okay.
We started with that tank, the 300, as a method to test whether or not things would grow without fish picking at it under lights that we knew that worked, which were radions. Now that we know that it works in here, the big tank, there wasn't any purpose for the 300 the way it was. Plus, there were tests in there, so we broke the thing down, and we made a beautiful. Rashid and Alexandra and Yeltsin made a beautiful, maybe my first negative space reef ever. What else? But upstairs, my office, that's coming. I think we'll start getting the equipment and power and all the equipment to power up the tank in the next month or two. By September, we should have escaped, I would think. And you're talking about 2,500 gallon reef tank. It's going to be spectacular.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So not only do we see the giant BioCube behind you, but you've got the office tank. And now what about the clam tank? How's that going? I know someone in the comments asked a while ago. How's that coming along?
I would say that's the only tank we're having a little issues with. We're pretty sure it was the light. We've been blasting them with halides in a shallow tank, and getting a lot of par and a lot of blue par in the radium 20Ks. And we think it's just too much blue for the clams on a relative basis.
Oh, I see.
And we'll see. Other than that tank, things are really good here. Really good. And that tank's connected to the same water, so it can't be bad.
That's right.
It just needs a little tweak.
Speaking of water and bad or good, whatever. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but you have your own ICP machine. Is that correct?
I do, but it's in the garage, not being used.
Oh no!
Sending my samples to ATI and Triton, We're sending them. Been sending them once a week lately because we're doing Andre's moonshining stuff, and we wanted to test some stuff, and we're still testing and testing and testing. And at the end of the day, I don't know whether buying my own ICP was a mistake or not. I don't have all the parts yet. I may donate it to a lab, but we'll see. We'll see whether that gets hooked up or not.
Okay. Now, you said the Triton versus the API, or yeah.
Yeah.
Which one do you feel like is better, more reliable? Either one?
So there are a couple of elements that they read differently, and there are ones that read the same. Interesting enough, the ones that read differently are the ones that they sell a lot of supplements for.
Gotcha. I got you.
So we're checking it out, and the difference is mostly in things like fluoride. Triton doesn't even test fluoride. I hear it's very difficult. And the guys over at ATI test fluoride and sell supplements.
Gotcha. Now, when you send your test results off, are they improving weekly? Since you're sending them about weekly?
The next batch is the batch that I'm expecting. That would tell that. So it should be any day now. Okay.
Now, you did start using the Moonshiner's trace elements, right?
Correct. We did a few things. Let me just tell you what we did.
Yes.
What we did was take our CChem made Reef trace for us. They didn't make it for us, but they calculated what I would need. So I started with a base soup of CChem Reef trace, and we went from every 3 days to every day, and we just dosed smaller by third essentially. Okay, and so it's much more stable now. And then the elements that ATI say are either low, we're adding. Those were the typical ones, the ones that you would expect that burn out very quickly: magnesium, zinc, fluoride, yeah,
molybdenum or mirabidium, whatever that is.
Oh, there too. I was low molybdenum. I was low.
Yeah. That's basically when I'd sent the test off for the 125, and basically that's what mine was: is zinc, the mirabidium.
Yep.
I was really shocked, because I'm not a water change girl. I should change the water more often, but I don't.
I don't think you can manage parts per billion like that with water changes. I just don't think you can do it. Yeah. These are minute doses, and magnesium and zinc, they don't last in solution long at all. They deplete very quickly. So in any tank, that doesn't. Yeah. It's going to happen.
Absolutely. Well, that's just like I had before I got the test results, I went ahead and got the rubidium because that's just kind of like an all-around good thing.
Oh, you're saying rubidium, not molybdenum. Rubidium for you was low. RUB, right?
RUBIDIUM, right. Yes.
That was the one chemical we decided not to put in the tank.
Oh, okay.
Only because we get back to it.
I gotcha.
We wanted to do zinc, magnesium, that stuff first.
Yeah. Now, I do have to ask you, because I'm really curious, on that mud that they sell, do you use that? No? I've heard pretty good things about it.
Miracle Mud you're talking about?
It's not Miracle Mud. Chad Walton dropped the name of it. It's got something mud in the title. I forget what the name of it is. But I've heard really good things about that. It is in the line of the Moonshiners group of elements.
Releases trace elements or something, or adds trace elements?
Liquid mud. There you go. Thank you, Chad. So do you use that or no? No, you do not.
No.
Got you. Now, the size of your tank versus size of my tank, you're probably blowing through these little bottles pretty quick, aren't you?
Yeah. Yes. Very.
I would imagine. You need to see if they got like an economy gallon and a half size or something. I don't know.
Yeah. If Andre's on here, he needs to make a higher concentrated stuff like, fluoride, so, because these bottles are nuts.
Yeah, I would imagine. So, yeah, that may come later. I don't know. Now, who does your testing? Do you do testing other than sending it off once a week? Do you test daily?
Every day.
Every day?
Yeltsin does it all.
Yeltsin? Oh, you need to rent him out. I hate to test.
The worst.
I despise it. I'm like,
The lights here, like, what color is it? It's ridiculous.
I know. I get my little flashlight and I'm like, is that it? No, this next one. Oh. I just hate testing. I absolutely hate it. That's why when I sent my testing off, that ICP test to get it done, I was like, oh, I really don't want to see this because they're probably going to send me this email that says you should take up knitting. This is unreal. Anybody has a tank, But I was shocked. It did come back good. I was really excited about that. Now, tell us a little bit about.
What salt do you use, Tian? What salt do you use?
Instant ocean reef crystals.
Okay, it's fine. Yep.
I go the cheaper route. Works for me.
Good salt. Fine.
Yeah, it does good. It really does. Now tell us a little bit about your YouTube channel. What's going on over there? Anything new?
We're trying to grow it, big with new subscribers and try to monetize YouTube. We got to, we're 4,200 subs. For some reason, Instagram accounts grow much faster. Don't know why. So the Instagram people, I love them, but like every video I do is 1 minute and no more information than 1 minute, and I don't get it relative to other things.
Right.
But, the only thing I get less is TikTok.
How funny. Now, someone asked, what kind of salt do you use, Andrew?
We use the ESV liquids.
ESV liquids.
Yeah, and we buy bulk sodium chloride and magnesium sulfate.
Awesome. I think that was Neil asked that question.
Yeah.
Now, are you fixing to change anything up on YouTube? Shelly, if you can, drop his YouTube link, please, in the comments for anyone that hasn't joined his YouTube page. Do you have anything new you're going to throw out there?
We're really trying to do it more formal, drop higher quality videos, maybe less, go for more quality as opposed to quantity.
Right.
And, grow the subscriber base.
Absolutely.
There's enough stuff going on here every day to create a video. Every day. I forget about it. There's so much content going on here. So now I have, Rashid will be on it and filming and editing and is in charge of basically trying to grow this channel.
Awesome. That's amazing. And I know Rashid will get it done too.
Yeah, he will.
Now, what about this website? Is it going to be launching soon?
Any day, I don't know about any day, any week or so for the website, and any day or so for the store for the swag.
Oh,
Polo Reef.
So the swag is this close to coming in?
Yes, that close.
Hey. Now, I am going to need from you, when you get it in, I'm going to need stickers from you. I need 8. I know that's going to be awesome. Polo Reef stickers. Everybody's going to want to get that because we are going to do a sticker pack giveaway once a week for 8 weeks. So I have different stickers that Sark, Marba, high country corals. I got to show you this one. It's kind of cute. It's funny. This is my coral guy.
Love it. Love it. I love it.
Love it. Isn't that awesome? The Reefer Garden. That's my coral guy. He gave me 8 of these the other day when I was in there getting some food. Now, speaking of food, what do you feed?
About 5 pounds a day of frozen food and about I don't know, 50 to 100 sheets of nori a day.
Oh my gosh. Oh, now on your nori, do you have clips or how do you disperse it?
I can't show you here, but I have those long pool. What do you call them? Like the poles for the nets.
Yeah.
Right. I have rope tied on those with PVC and clips attached to the PVC. We
Oh,
just lower them down daily and roll them up.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
I like that idea. I got a new clip this last week. It's just a little magnet with a magnet on the front of the glass, and it's got a little white clip. And I've got the strips of nori like this, little sheets.
Yep.
And I have found, because I would just like maybe fold it in half and clip it up there, but these guys are so aggressive ripping it off there, they would just rip it off, and then I had sheets floating around. So I found that I'll take that sheet, and I know this would be hard for you, but maybe it'll help somebody else out there that has the same aggressive little boogers I got, is I take it, I fold it kind of accordion style, and then I put it in that clip. And then they can just pinch off pieces where instead of the whole sheet coming off, 2 seconds after it's dropped in. So
Yeah.
that's been very helpful for me.
Yeah.
So
I fish fight after the little pieces we throw in that stay in the clip. You know those little pieces?
yep. Now, on the foods that you feed, I know you said like 5 pounds a day. Is it just a variety like Mises, brine, whatever?
Larry's.
Do you use any rods frozen?
What's that?
Do you use any rods frozen?
I do not. I'm loyal to Larry.
What?
I've tried some other food too, which actually was pretty good, but I don't know what happened to it in terms of the company. But I just stay with what works.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's just a mixture of different things, correct?
Yeah, all the greens and the angel formulas and the ocean stuff, ocean nutrition, all that stuff. We make a big mix.
Oh, now tell us where to get that.
You got to hire Yeltsin as a chef. That's how you get it.
I need Yeltsin for that, and to test my water. Oh, that's awesome. Now, you really think that maybe within the next week or two, you're going to be able to see the difference that the moonshine is making, maybe in your perimeters?
I think maybe I see a difference already. I think my acros are happier. But again, when you're doing other things like turning the lights down and power, who knows what it is?
Right. That's true. And to really tell in a reef tank, what's working and what's not, you know this as well as I do, but in my opinion is do one thing at a time.
Yeah.
So
was I going to do one element at a time also to find out what element was the one that made the difference?
Well, I was talking elements versus lights or par, whatever you're doing. But make slow chain, just do one thing at a time like that. Yeltsin is king, Jason said. Bless his heart. He's a hard worker, isn't he?
He is. He is.
Okay.
I met him off the boat from. He jumped ship from Turkey, literally in Tampa, like in 1999, and that's how I met him.
Really?
Turkish Army, yeah.
Wow.
He needed a ride to the city. He worked for the limo company. That's how I met Niels. That was 1999.
Amazing. That's awesome. I love it.
Nice story.
He, I know he's like your right-hand man. Now, I know that you are planning to be away here for too long. So will Yelson, Rashid, Jason, everybody's going to be there attending to the tanks?
Yes. Yeah,
Awesome.
just like that.
That's
I,
perfect.
I sleep very well, knowing that it's taken care of.
Absolutely. That's amazing. I love it. Now, can you touch base a little bit on any charity work that you're planning on doing? You got anything in the works?
Yes. Glad you asked that because it's so new. I haven't even, this is still in discussion stage,
Yeah.
but it's exactly what I want to do, and I think we'll get it done. I'm starting to donate to certain marine science programs to teach young students marine science in
Awesome.
different school districts, and one will be announced shortly.
Oh,
I'll be
amazing.
donating equipment and construction, that kind of thing.
Awesome.
I'm very
Oh,
excited.
that
I,
is good.
I think that, the fact that 2/3 of our planet are covered in this thing and you don't know what's below it, but they mandate earth science. Like, I don't get that relative.
I agree. I agree. And what you're doing is with that, by doing, donating and doing things with the schools for the children, you're bringing up the next generations. You're putting that spark in the next generations because you want to see. I mean, you're just like everyone else. Okay, we had when my kids was little, like a 500,000 years ago, like they had the little things at school, and you throw a little ping pong ball and it lands in a fish bowl, and with four small kids, we wound up with, like, I don't know, 50 goldfish. But that sparks their interest, that sparks the future of reefing, the future of the oceans. Um, so what you're doing is you're reaching out to the next generation to carry it on.
Yes. I think the way to do that is really twofold. One is the education and marine science and teaching people about water chemistry and nitrogen cycles. I mean, that's basically what they teach. And they have lots of labs in these classrooms and tons of tanks. The one school I'm talking to now actually is a high school of 3,000 and has 300 kids going through the program at a time. Over a lot of years, that's a lot of kids. And so if I could do that on a couple of different, because it's state by state, school by school, that's the only way you can fund it.
Right. Now, will some of your swag and stuff, the proceeds from that, will that go to the charity?
Yes. In fact, 100% of it. Of the swag. 100% of the swag will go to the charity.
Oh, that's crazy. That's amazing. Amazing. Yeah. So not only are you bringing us the joy of watching your tank grow and go through changes, I know you had a little bit of an upset with, some things in the tank at one time, but you've got that under control. I mean, we all felt it with you. We were just like, oh, no, our hearts just went out to you. And, just like you're letting us live this out every day, you're inspiring the next generation of reefing.
That's all I want to do. That's my mission in this life right now. Besides health and happiness, that's my other mission.
Awesome. We have a question. They're going so fast. I'm just catching one once in a while. How many gallons do you get from your skimmer every day?
Like the skimming, you mean?
Yes. Like if you empty your skimmer cup, like we do on our tank, do you get so much out?
It's not. The cup. The cup is so big you can't take it off. It literally gets rinsed out with a hose and down the cesspool. So I don't even know how much that is.
Wow. And I'm guessing Yeltsin gets that job too?
On the ladder, yeah, yeah, he
I
does
love that guy.
every day. And we have the automatic washes, but I don't like using them. I don't like wasting salt water on something that you could just go in there, some paper towel and clean it better than the saltwater sprays.
Right. Absolutely. Now, one other thing I want to ask too, and I know there's been other questions, and I'm sorry, guys. There's one favorite fish and coral in your collection. Do you have a favorite? Do you play favorites?
No, I
No.
don't. No, I try not to play favorites. It's very clinical to me. I'm a species, and everything has got beauty of its own, and can't have favorites these days. You know how the world is working.
Yeah, that's true. Is there anything new going in the tank?
So I just had a school of the Polyzona zebra tangs.
Oh,
They went in, 5 of them, and they're doing great. From Mauritius. Honestly, there's so much fish in here now, and my species wanted list is down to a handful of things, and I don't need them. I got some black tang. I still have a couple of big black tangs in the back that I'm afraid to put in because of the whole dot situation and the ick situation. Even though it hasn't shown up in a long time, I just got why? Why even take the chance?
right.
I go through tang wars and more stress. So I just tried lately. I've been trying not to do too much with fish.
And I think you said the new tangs that you put in are doing good, correct? Someone asked.
Unbelievable. Feisty. Those got those are very aggressive tangs. Those little polyzonas.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. Now, is there any more corals going in? Anything in the back room coming out?
The back room is, after the 300's been rescaped, the back room is now relatively quiet, other than hospital tank for some corals. We made a hospital tank for that. Corals that got injured or bleached out and to rest, essentially, in lower light and low flow. And what else? We have the 2500, which to stock, and I've already bought quite a bit of coral for that tank already. That's housed somewhere else, and I'll buy more. But majority of that will probably be next year.
Awesome.
This
Is
tank,
there
this tank here, the real estate spots, it's getting tight. Like we go in here and we have to think about where to put things and stuff now and plan ahead. There's not a lot of empty spots anymore.
Yeah. I mean, it's filling out, and you've got to allow for these things are going to grow, So it's
Mode with some we adding coral to spots in the front where islands that are low light now. So we're adding digital there, but it's the final stages of the coral, and see which corals do well, and there are ones that just give you trouble. You know how that works.
oh yeah. Now, is there one coral in this ocean or whatever that you would love to get your hands on that you haven't yet? Is there one?
Coral?
Something that a coral that you're really wanting that you haven't been able to find yet.
Nah, I don't fantasize about coral like that. I just don't.
Yeah. Awesome. I love it. I think it's going to fill out. It's just, I mean, it looks full right now, but just can you imagine the growth in 6 months or a year from now, what it's going to look like?
Yeah, it's going to be, I can't even imagine it. I mean, it literally, there was one day after we added, I think as we came back from Orlando, and I flew home with all that coral.
Yeah.
in the private planes, which was an experience because we had no rooms to ourselves, and it was literally the plane was. We couldn't even use the bathroom. We did not use the bathroom for the entire 3-hour ride back.
Oh no.
And so after that, we got back and placed that coral in, like the tank transformed itself. It was one day, they were like, holy cow, this thing is going to be sick.
That's crazy. Now, I see another question. Kevin Wisen says, can you name someone that has been your most interesting visitor to come see you? Does somebody stand out in your mind?
Roland.
There you go.
There you go, Roland.
That was Roland.
More interesting? Everybody's interesting in my book. And everybody's got a story. And no, there's been no celebrities or anything like that coming by yet.
Wow. Well, I hope to one day, it's on my bucket list to come and see that tank. I think that would be fabulous. Absolutely fabulous.
With Shelly, I'd love to have you guys.
We would love to. I'd love to just stop and pick her up and head that way because, it's like a dream of hers and mine, to see that tank and meet you guys in person. It would be absolutely fabulous.
Today, I have choral guys always come by. I had 2 guests today. I'd say I have 5 a week. That literally, one almost every day.
Wow. I just can't imagine. Now, I want to ask you a little something off the subject here. But Phoebe, tell me a little bit about Phoebe. When did you get her? When she was a baby?
She's my love. Yeah, she's my baby. Where is she? Where is that puppy?
Phoebe. I know.
There she is. Come here, girl. Come down here. Come on, girl. Phoebes, come here, girl. Come.
We'd love to see Phoebe.
Come here, girl. Come here. Come here, puppy. Come say hello. Come say hello. Come here. Come say hello. You say hello to everybody here? Come here.
Oh, look at her.
I went to the groomers today, and she got a beauty parlor appointment. She's very clean and fluffy.
Oh, she's so precious. So you got her when she was a baby, right?
Yeah, she's 10 now.
Oh.
Yeah, she's 10 and got the anxiety of an adult too.
Awesome. Now, one more off the wall question. How does Mrs. Sandler, how does she feel about your tank?
Now.
Huh?
Mrs. Polo Reef now.
Mrs. Polo Reef, that's right.
Yeah.
I love that picture, Andrew. That is my favorite.
Thank you. It was her favorite too. She got angry when I posted the first one yesterday and liked this one better.
I love that one. That second one that you posted, I was like, man, if I had to choose, I'd choose that one. It was perfect. Yeah. She is like Queen Polo Reef. That's right, Roland. So how does she feel about your tank? Is she pretty excited? Is she a little low key on it? Or does she just love you following your dream?
Yeah, that's what she loves. And she gives me a lot of freedom to do it.
Amazing.
As long as I come up at the end of the evening, and 6 o'clock, I'm up in the bedroom and not down here, that kind of thing.
Absolutely.
It's for things that happen irregularly, like a big coral shipment or something. I'll stay down here late.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate Mrs. Polo Reef allowing you to visit with us tonight.
She loves it.
I appreciate that so much. And I really want to thank you, Andrew, for coming on here and showing us your tank, letting us see Phoebe, getting a little sneak peek maybe at the Polo Reef swag is that close to getting here. I'm so excited about that.
Me too.
That is going to be amazing.
I already sent a school child that won something in another group a black hoodie as a So it's already starting to go. I just ordered like 20 T-shirts for the staff. You know, we're into uniforming the staff now.
Awesome. Oh, that's perfect. And now the swag will be up on your website, correct?
We'll have it, I think, on the group, in the corporate page, and I forget where else we'll have it, but there'll be links to the store.
Absolutely, that'd be great. Be sure on to drop those links anytime on Tank Talk page. I really appreciate you inviting all your friends to join the Tank Talk page. It is tremendously grown in numbers for the last week, and man, I appreciate that.
You never predict your growth spurts. They happen at times you don't predict. You can't predict, and that's the way the market works too.
Very good. That's awesome. Has the market been okay?
This year it's horrible, but that's okay for me.
That's all right.
Fine.
It'll get better, and then it'll get worse again.
It was too good last year. This is fine.
Oh, I got you. Good deal. It's like this roller coaster ride, huh?
Roller coaster, yeah. Always roller coaster.
Well, I have one last question for you, Andrew.
Tell me.
You got to think about this one. No spur answer, or don't throw it out there. Would you like to do this again sometime?
With you?
Yes.
Anytime. Anytime. Sooner the better.
Awesome. I appreciate that so very much, as I appreciate all the viewers that has gotten on here tonight. You've made it so worthwhile. Everyone that has invited people, I can't thank you enough. It's fabulous, absolutely fabulous. We will watch.
What's that?
We will watch for the drop for the link for your website. Yep. And where we can get some of that swag.
Yep. I'm excited about it.
I am too. I'm super stoked about that. It's going to be fabulous. So are you having stickers, hats, hoodies, T-shirts, the whole thing?
Yeah, coffee mugs too. And hats and stickers, and we're gonna have a big giveaway too with the group. We're actually gonna join the giveaway party. Stay tuned for that. It's gonna be something special.
Oh, when's that coming up?
That's also this close. Maybe closer than the store.
I will be so excited, and I would gladly help you promote that giveaway or whatever you want to do, as we will with your website, your new swag coming out. I can't wait to get my hands on some of that, and I know a bunch of people that will. And especially knowing that 100% of those proceeds are going to your charities.
Yep, 100%.
And those charities focus on the children.
All the children. By the way, the other way to do this, other than the children, would be to do donations or do something with local aquariums. That's the other thing I'm thinking about, other than the education process. So
awesome.
That kids, into aquariums.
Yeah, perfect. That is wonderful. Thank you, Andrew Sandler, for everything that you've done for the Tank Talk page and for me. I appreciate you very, very much. And I know everyone watching they've been so excited, messaging me, Andrew's really coming on? You really got Andrew Sandler? Yes, I do, and I graciously thank you for accepting the invite to come live.
My pleasure. Anytime.
Absolutely. I thank you very much, and tell Mrs. Polo Reef.
Hello. I will tell her.
We said hello, and just thank you for everything that you do for the hobby in general.
Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you guys for tuning in. And next week, I already have a guest booked for next week. I'll just drop a little hint. He's not from the States. I'll I'll put a promo up probably starting tomorrow that will announce the guest for next week. So you can just kind of think about that. Thank you
Okay,
guys
Johnny,
for every.
are you
Do what?
the new Johnny Carson out there?
Steve Robert King, he gets so aggravated at me sometimes because it's like I leave things hanging, like that. And he's like, I just want to tell them. And I'm like, no, just wait. So y'all can think about it. He's not from the States, so we're going to move the time slot up 2 hours to accommodate. So he's 7-hour difference. So you can put your thinking caps on, and we'll see who it is tomorrow. I will announce it. Take care, everyone. Have a wonderful evening. I thank every one of you and love you guys so much. If you have any questions, get a hold of us. Anything I can help you with, I'd be glad to. Thank you for the invites. Keep them coming, guys. We really appreciate it. Andrew?
Good night. Thank you.
Hats off, buddy. Take care. Have a good evening.
Talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.